What have you seen from the Hoosiers, and do you think they're legit? Are they legitimately a college football playoff team near the top of the Big Ten, where they sit right now?
I do think so. I think, look, I think they have a really good quarterback. They have four really good receivers, two good backs, a defense that's played at an elite level for most of the year. Their front seven is fantastic. And I think that's the part that could give Ohio State a lot of problems. And Ohio State offensive line that has several injuries to it, and it's going to have a couple of backups playing, especially probably at center and left guard in this game. I think Indiana can absolutely play with Ohio State. I think it's going to be a close game. I have Ohio State winning, but only by one score. I think it's going to be a tight game. And Indiana, if Curtis Rourke plays well, they're going to have every opportunity to win this game.
So, what are the keys when you look at that? What determines? And if Ohio State loses, they're in a heap of hurt relative to the college football playoff. That'd be a two-loss Big Ten team that is not playing in the Big Ten championship game.
Right. So, and they would be. I still think Ohio State at 10-2 would get in, especially with a win over Penn State and their two losses being to Oregon and Indiana. But for Ohio State, it's the offensive line. Indiana's defensive line is really good. Michael Kamara leads the nation in pressures. They got other good players like C.J. West and James Carpenter up front that can cause a lot of problems, and most importantly, stop the run. This Ohio State team still wants to run the football, but if you can't block guys up front, then you have a problem. So I think for Ohio State, it's their offensive line, and I think Indiana, they're going to need, I do think to win, they're going to need a special performance from Curtis Rourke. And they have a very balanced offense, and it's not a complicated offense. They just execute at an extremely high level. Can they get, a handful, 4 or 5 explosive plays down the field from Rourke and the receivers? They got a couple of them against Michigan, but they started to slow down in the second half. Can they handle the pass rush, and can they have enough time to make explosive plays down the field?